Bill?
To the bill.
Colleagues, there's a better way, but the consequences of this bill are layoffs, lost hours, and rising costs for all of our neighbors. This isn't hypothetical. There will be a real impact on real people. And rather than try to write an eloquent speech, I'm going to quote from a blogger here in Oregon who goes by the name It's Mom Sense. And this is what she wrote. I'm having a hard time keeping quiet on the minimum wage discussion. Maybe it's because I've made friends with a lot of farmers since moving to Oregon, or maybe it's because I'm becoming the kind of person who realizes that I'll never make a real impact unless I follow and participate in local politics. Either way, I'm going to come right out and say it. I'm a Democrat, and I do not support the proposed minimum wage increase currently being debated in the Oregon House of Representatives. It's not because I don't want people to earn more money. I do. It's not because I don't I care about those full-time workers who can't make ends meet. I do. I've watched the public hearings in the Senate and in the House. I've heard the emotional stories on both sides. So what I want to show you is the faces and tell you the stories of some of those who will be directly impacted by a hike in Oregon's minimum wage in the agricultural world. Robin Frower's family grows and sells fresh asparagus in Nyssa, Oregon. She spent 20 years building her fresh pack asparagus business. This increase will force me to remove the crop. I simply cannot pay the increase to minimum and stay price competitive. She sells to Winco, which calls themselves the low-cost leader, which is true. I shop there myself. Since she doesn't have the ability to raise the price of asparagus to make up for the increasing labor costs, she's unable to compete with asparagus growers in other states who don't have such a high minimum wage. She said when it comes time to buy asparagus, Winco will buy from those with the cheaper prices, not from me, and we'll be out of business. So how much would you pay for a pound of asparagus? Marie Bowers is a fifth-generation grass seed farmer in Lynn and Lane counties. Her family also farms wheat and meadow foam. Bowers has calculated that the proposed bill would increase her farm's employee costs by $13 per acre. At current market conditions, she estimates they would need to increase their yields to produce at least 177,000 more pounds of annual ryegrass. If farmers knew how to dramatically increase their yield, they'd already be doing it. But yield is dictated by many uncontrolled factors like weather and more. It's not something you can just crank up this year to absorb increased employee costs. During harvest, they hire about 7 local students to drive combines, balers, and tractors. For over half a century, my family's farm has hired local youth to work harvest. Watching these kids grow as humans and workers is always a very rewarding privilege, particularly when they say, "Thank you," 20 years later for teaching them how to work. Bowers believes the current minimum wage proposals will eliminate this opportunity for local kids to work on her farm due to seeking more experienced laborers and automation. Brenda Furkatich is a third-generation farmer from St. Paul. Her family grows grass seed, hazelnuts, wheat, clover, vegetables, and vegetable seed. They employ anywhere from 4 to 10 employees throughout the year. She said, "There's no giant pot of money sitting around on our farm just waiting to be dipped into to pay for this price increase." She said, "For many businesses, I believe and fear that the increase in pay for entry-level employees will take away from current employees, even those in the middle level of employment. The money will inevitably come from reduced hiring tactics, decreased benefits for current employees, and even cuts in bonus or yearly pay wage increases." She believes the increase in the minimum wage will hurt small Oregon businesses and most all of the farmers who grow our food. And finally, Shelley Davis is a third-generation farmer whose family grows grass seed, wheat, and hazelnuts in the Willamette Valley and operates a grass straw baling, trucking, and export business. The increase would impact how many youth we hire every summer, and that's devastating. We take pride in teaching the next generation about hard work and the value of a dollar. It'll also increase our cost of doing business and can make us uncompetitive with the global marketplace. These 3 generations of Oregon farmers in this family are asking legislators not to impose mandates that they're concerned threaten the chances that they'll be able to pass on their legacy of farming. These are the faces impacted by Senate Bill 1532, and as this writer, Mom Sense, writes, I also urge a no vote on this bill. Thank you.